up, bitches? Welcome to another episode of Dead Bitches Brunch. We are your hosts. My name is Lindsay B. With me, as always, the infamous Leah Pettibone. Folks, we are very excited tonight. We have a stellar guest on with us, our first musical artist, actually. So,
no shit.
Yeah. So we are very stoked. He has been recently performing all over the place. So if you've checked out Creep Show, Sam Hain's Ceremony, Fright Fest, you've seen this guy, and he has been killing it. Not only killing it on the stage, but killing it with the ladies. Look at this. Look at this. I found out, Leah, this is not a parrot on top of your head. It's actually a hand.
Okay, I was going to say, was that ever confirmed what that was on my head?
We weren't sure what that was on there. But without further ado, folks, the one, the only, NoiZe13.
What up, Moose? How's
Moose,
it going?
Moose.
Hey, thanks for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. We are very stoked to have you on and stuff. Super appreciative that you hopped on with us last minute. As all we've talked like kind of hit or miss online, like, yeah, we want to have you on the show, and you've been like, yeah, I'll be on, and then I don't know, it just never like kind of clicked. And then we were gonna do a recap episode of Sam Hain and Fright Fest, and I saw you going on live, and I was like, why don't I fucking like hit up NOIZE? Like he performed at everything.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Come on down.
Yeah, no, October's been absolutely fucking nuts for me. I did the Creep Show there over in Florida. Spent like a week and a half down there with Dean, putting all sorts of shit together. Came out to Michigan, recording with Fritz, and then went and did these Sam Hain ceremony there at Carl's Tavern. And then me and Dean, even outsider NWO style, popped up at the fucking Fright Fest there. You just caught us walk up on a stage, and people were like, who are these two tall motherfuckers? Came in like Kevin Nash and fucking Razor Ramon and just fucking murdered shit. And then we walked out of there, went to the bar. So super NWO style.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice surprise for sure.
Yeah. Well, and it was hard keeping it quiet too, because me and Dean have been like partying like crazy since we've been down here, right? And like loose lips and all that. But like Florida is so hot, you have to drink alcohol. So
it's a must. Now I know why Dean was wearing that jacket everywhere.
Yeah, well, when he's wearing that jacket, I like to call him Hugh Hefner. He looks like Hugh Hefner to me, you know?
The pig version of Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, Hugh Hefner, exactly. I got a few names for him. We stopped calling him the Pig Man. We're now calling him the Pig God. We've branded him the God instead of the man. Mm-hmm. So
moving on up.
He's moving up to deity now, you know? So yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for having me on. And yeah, I have all sorts of input on all those things. So yeah, let me know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one thing I want to ask you, for those watching who don't know, you hail from Canada. And I was really curious what the music scene is like for you there. Like, do you get a lot of opportunities to perform there?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Most of my fan base is now in the States due to me coming down here and moving around a lot. I mean, I do have quite a few fans up there, but I'm trying to build a scene right now is what I'm trying to do. We're going to be in 2023 bringing a lot of Americans up to come through Canada and booking tours through there and trying to establish more of an underground scene. There used to be a bit of a scene before COVID, but COVID has somewhat, wiped shit out. But we're reestablishing. We're working on it. Just recently did a show in Toronto there, and we're going to be doing a lot more. We're going to be going over to the other side too and doing stuff in Vancouver. The people are here and the want is here. Yeah. But we got to do the work like everything else right now. So just do. Yeah.
No, I hear you. Well, as we mentioned here, you were at Creep Show with Dean in Florida, and that's a show that neither Leah or I attended. So tell us a little bit about that experience, how that event went for you.
Well, I mean, getting down to Florida, the first thing I did when me and Dean got down there was I think we burnt some sage, and cleansed their souls and stuff like that. And then And then later that night, we were in a trap house doing different drugs. But anyways,
As
Also a
one
must,
does
right?
in Florida.
but for people who don't know, before Dean was Dean, he was two-faced, and it was like trap, and it was still like wicked shit, but it was just way more gangster. I guess is the
Yeah.
way to describe it. So what the Creep Show was it was kind of like his like homage to that character. So half of his set was him doing his Dean thing and doing the the more rock shit that he's been doing now with the Voodoo Frankenstein and
Mhm.
and all that stuff. But then he was doing his old school stuff, and he had all the peoples from throughout his fucking career come up on stage from like the past 10 years or whatever it's been, and it was really cool. And Dean had like a Woodstock 99 Shaggy Two Dope down to the boxers fucking performance. He rocked it. He hit every fucking word. He hit every word. But I guess it was hot in there because he got down to his boxers. And I was just like, man, I fucking love this. That was fucking sick. My performance went off sick too. They had a little hiccup with the audio at the start, but it wasn't a bad thing because I ended up just doing like this like super long freestyle just about being in Florida and really enjoying it down there and shit. And people were just like at the end of it, right? And then I went back behind the stage until the music actually started. Then I came out again. The place was like packed. Everybody that was at the venue like ended up coming back in and watching me, and like because motherfuckers go up to smoke and shit in between shows, so it's always a sign of respect when like everybody who's there actually comes and watches you, and that was sick. All the performers that were there were fucking sick. D Murder killed shit too. He got announced to Dean's label there as well. He's going to be dropping some new music, as well as he's going to be doing a lot of my merchandising too. So we made connections down there and stuff like that. And yeah, so Creep Show was like a huge success and amazing people, amazing talent. Everybody that had anything to do with it killed it from start to finish. So yeah, that was a great way to start the spooky season off for sure.
Mhm.
I have a question. Why have I not seen any video footage of this?
So if you go to me or Dean's lives for sure, or sorry, not our lives, but like our Facebook walls and shit like that,
Yeah.
people definitely did live videos for it. You can go rewind and catch that.
Okay.
We've been busy as hell. Like we've just been like show, road, recording, like everything. We've just been go, go,
Right.
go, go, go. So, but we're taking the next couple months off, so you'll probably see us like steal like screenshot videos of people's stuff and all that and cut it all together, and you'll see stuff coming out like that. Just
Okay.
just give us a second to breathe,
I know,
like,
I know. I was thinking, I usually see that stuff pop up, but I know there's been a lot going on. So,
yeah.
I'm sitting here like, when is Joe Christie going to post all those pictures? God damn it. He's a busy man.
Yeah. I don't want to jump the gun getting ahead on stories, but that was cool at the Sam Hain ceremony.
Oh
But
yeah.
but are we going to start talking about Sam Hain, or what do you guys want to
Yeah,
talk about?
they're good with that. Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, Joe Christie did all these fucking amazing goon squad photos of all of us goons, you know what I mean, squatted up at the back of the bar and stuff. And then I'm pretty sure Dean did a rock, paper, scissors with Joe for us to get the photos for the session for free. And I'm pretty sure Dean won it. I was pretty blackout drunk by the time it happened. But I turned around and I was like, what's going on? And they're like, Dean just won a photo session. I'm just like, yeah, Goon Squad. No. Oh, that, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all crazy, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that was
Yeah.
cool to see all you guys together and like interact in the same space at Carl's Taverns where Sam Hain was at. It was definitely a very fun, good, like high energy. Feel like throughout the night.
Yeah. Well, I show up to Carl's Tavern, and you know how it's got all the flags along that one road there?
Mm-hmm.
Luke the Goon He looks at me while he's driving. He's like eyeing out of the corner of his eye, and he just starts singing the Star Spangled Banner to me. No cameras on, not for any audience or anything. He's just making a point to my Canadian ass, you know. And he does the whole fucking thing. Like by the end of it, I'm just looking at him and I'm like, "Who are you doing this for, Luke? Like you feel good about yourself right now? You feel good about yourself?"
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
We pull up the Carls and he's just finishing off this song, and I'm just like, "Get me the fuck out of this car, man!"
Right.
Like,
Did he not like unlock the doors until he was like done?
oh,
So
he
you had to like sit
locked
there
them.
to
He
last.
locked them, and he like child locked the windows too, so I couldn't even get air. I was just like, "You motherfucker!" Call him a goon for a reason.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I
lovely.
believe I saw something here on Facebook that was 2023 is going to be the year of the goons, or something like someone's going to take a shit on Luke's bed, or something like that.
That's a few thrown together, but one of our goals is I've always wanted, like, I love Cajun food. I was lucky enough. Dean took me down for some Cajun food when we were in what do you call it there? Wherever the hell we were at the creep show. Tampa Bay. We're at Tampa Bay, and we got some Cajun food there. But we want to go to New Orleans. So I put it out to the universe. I was like, manifestation and all that. 2023 Goon Squad's going to New Orleans for a show, or else I'm going to shit in Luke the Goon's bed.
That was it. That was it. I remember clearly now.
But that other thing though is 2023 is the year of the goons. Like, and why I'm saying that is just what we're all doing individually, like the three of us and whatever the hell else Luke's doing. Fucking, it's crazy. Just us all individually, what we have planned on the docket is fucking nuts. So like, and we're all in different lanes. Like Dean's individually himself, I'm individually myself, SON's individually himself, and we're all conquering these different spaces, but we're just all gonna fucking lend to each other's fucking shit and help each other out where we can. But it's looking all cards coming up us. Like I said, look at us like going and getting into events that you wouldn't expect us popping up at, even if it was just for one song. I don't think anybody was expecting that shit.
Right.
Fucking it was killer. It felt good. That was my first Fright Fest and my first time at St. Andrews Hall, and I got to fucking go up on stage and murder it with family, you know. That was
hell yeah.
insane. But like the things that we have planned for the next year is like it's more than just music. There's storylines, there's merchandising, of course, and all that stuff, but like we're not trying to just like blood suck off the scene. We're trying to grow the scene. We want to make our own like society and our own economy with this shit. We want to grow this shit, you know what I mean? And I think that's why all of us artists on Goon Squad like buddied up with Luke the Goon, because seemingly all he wants for the underground is to see it fucking grow, you know? So
yeah.
So he got all these guys who seemingly trust nobody because we're also like traumatized and shit. And he got us all to trust each other, and we all just happen to be some big goon motherfuckers. So I mean,
that's cool though. You know, the closer you get and more personal you get with people, it's like you really understand people's intentions, you know, and just being cool with people that, you know, aren't doing what you guys are doing. You know, everybody has a level of respect for you.
Yeah, well, and that's that culmination of like all of us like having, you know, getting to know each other and all this shit. Seeing these guys perform at the fucking Sam Haines ceremony, and they fucking killed it. I think I fucking killed it too. I'm not gonna be that guy who's like, yeah. But,
not to toot my own horn, but toot.
But no, it was really sick, and just to be a part of everything. Like Dean went up there and he did that fucking mostly singing set, and he was a fucking rock star. He fucking killed it. That was probably like that other set at the Creep Show was in itself like its own event, and I will never forget that. But that fucking set that I saw at the Sam Hain ceremony of Dean was his best set I've ever seen of him. He hit every fucking note. He was singing. He had the crowd fucking singing along with the hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a pig god chant at one point. So I mean, that's fucking dope. Same thing with like, well, everybody was on point there. By the way, every fucking performer was on point. But I'm just kind of going through the goon shit in my head. Sorry. But fucking SON fucking murdered shit. He had everybody moshing in that bitch. I got fucking the I got adorned with the fucking blood there on the fucking head. Later that night, because me and the goon had to drive back to Detroit. We go back to Detroit, and I really got to fucking take a piss. So we stop at this bathroom, and I go in there, and I'm like, hey, buddy, can I use the fucking bathroom? And he's like, no, man, absolutely not. And I look over, and there's a bathroom. I'm like, what are you talking about? Can I just have the key to use the bathroom? He's like, get the fuck out of here, man. And I go outside, and I was like, what the fuck was his problem? And then I realized I'm covered in blood already. You know what I mean? Like, I probably smell like whiskey and beer, and I'm covered in blood. Like, no, I wouldn't let me piss in there either, you know? Like,
yeah. A certain AXE lyric comes to mind, covered in blood at a highway rest stop.
Right. That's what it was. That's what it was. And I was getting mad at him too. I was like, you're not going to let me use the fucking bathroom, right? Like, I couldn't understand why, you know? Like, this guy doesn't like Canadians, man. Fuck him.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can thank Gravity Bleeds for that. He played a possessed soul on SON's set where they had him literally tied to a chair with a mask it's an actual like replica of Gravity Bleed's face.
Yeah.
So we had that over it, and we had him bloodied up and tied up, and Tiffany, Alex, she tied him up very well. I was like, they do have to untie him at some point in the set here. But yeah, and then we doused some more blood on him and stuff. And I was worried, like, from knowing like Brandon and how he is, and it's just getting really warm, and I'm thinking they're gonna like untie him after like the second song or something. Like, no, like it was a ways into the set, and SON's like pouring more bottles of blood on him, and Brandon's acting more like possessed and stuff. And I mean, you can just see, how hot he is, and it's pretty much was almost like a full fed like head latex skin thing, plus with the hoodie on, and I'm like back here like, is he okay? Like, but no,
a little claustrophobic.
Yeah, no, he was into it, and then when he like tore, when SON just grabbed the top and just like ripped that layer of flesh off, you just kind of heard a collective like gasp, like for a minute. But yeah, no, it was pretty dope and stuff. And then he got to go around after he was after the exorcism during the set, and then bless everybody with blood. But he blessed everybody with blood with this tongue that he made, a devil's tongue.
Yeah.
So the precision of like anointing everybody wasn't really precise. It was more like like slap you with a cow tongue a little bit, kind of. So everybody was very anointed.
I'm pretty sure he might have hit a weed pen while he was anointing me. I don't want to break kayfabe or nothing, but that might have happened.
No, it was a crazy set, and that's true. Everybody the whole night just really killed it. I mean, there was just high energy from everybody. Like, everybody just went on and just nailed it, just delivered it and stuff. And
yeah, the Michigan Misfits kicked it off real fucking nice. Yeah. Nasty fucking murdered shit. Fucking Keegan Grimm fucking murdered shit. Fucking Clockwork E. I was just like,
yeah,
I wanted to do. I didn't even want to do drugs that night. And by the end of Clockwork E, I was like, give me all the fucking drugs. I'll do all the fucking drugs. Like,
yeah, I think they shocked a lot of people. Like, I was floored. I just like stopped working the vendor booth, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And it's just the most lewd, offensive crazy shit from these silver painted motherfuckers that look like they still get haircuts from their mom. And it's like fucking murdered it. Like just murdered it. And you're like, what the hell? Like they wouldn't even need to have a gimmick. Like that's how like they just went up there and killed it.
I ended up adding them on the social medias. There might be a song there at some point. We'll see what happens. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens. Those dudes were like super fucking nice, but I swear, in my mind, anyways, they right before the show, like hours before the show, actually, because they were in that paint all day. They just had spray paint with a silver can, and they were just. Like that explains everything, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
No, we know. No, we know. Yeah, no, they really, I think they really kind of shocked everybody and stuff. I mean, people who heard them before obviously knew what they were gonna deliver, but I would say there was a good portion of the crowd there, Carl's, that hadn't seen them perform, or I've seen them like online, but I never stopped to listen to any of their stuff. And so yeah, that was a really cool experience too. Be like,
Yeah.
just like, whoa, like just taken aback from it. You hadn't had anything to compare it to. So no, they were fun to see.
Carl's was a sick fucking venue. I definitely will be back to Carl's again. I'll probably be back for Sam Hain next year.
Mhm.
I would assume I'll be back, but that shit was like probably the cherry on the cake. Like Fright Fest was awesome going up and like being amongst all the peers and just like chilling with people. But Sam Hain, just to go up and get to do the full set, and it felt like the first time I got to rock it with all the goons in the fucking house. It was just so memorable. Definitely going to be back next year, and like fuck, like you could just feel the energy in the fucking house that night, and then
Mhm.
like people shouting "Goon Squad" from front to back in that bitch. Like oh, it felt so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
No, it was cool. It was definitely a really great time. And yeah, that was a big thing about it. I mean, it sounds like real woo woo, but it really did. It had like good energy, like throughout. Like there was no drama or like bullshit or anything like that. Like everybody was just like happy, having a fucking good time, having fucking good sets, and it was a big lineup too. Like it was like act after act after act. I mean, I know we're missing a bunch of people on there, but they had a really big lineup for that as well. So
Yeah, well, you had that. What do you call him? Grim Smiles there too.
mhm.
Yeah, him as well. There was the one cat though that he had the car accident. And he didn't make it down though. His name's eluding me right now because I'm a fucking stoner. I apologize, but but he's okay though, and
Oh, that's good.
I've been told that he will be back for next year as well too. So that's
Sweet,
dope.
sweet.
As long as it wasn't FAMS.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he
knock
was
on wood.
performing that
Holy
night
shit.
Track
safely
record.
safely elsewhere. Aaron Solomon says Grim and Knowledge. Knowledge was
That's
the other
right.
one.
That's
Yeah.
right. And knowledge. Yeah. Everybody fucking killed their fucking sets. It was just the energy was just so fucking infectious. Like
Mhm.
same thing when I was in Florida. Florida was fucking infectious as well. But I'm gonna carry both these things with me into music, honestly. And I mean, we're already fucking making new music right now. As you
Mhm.
Yeah.
can see, I'm at Fritz's fucking studio here. Me and him are putting shit together. But like I don't know. It's two different experiences though. If I could compare Florida and Michigan, it's like Michigan is like it's crazy. It's fucking crazy in Michigan, right? And it's just as crazy as Florida, but Michigan is like black and white TV, and Florida is like Technicolor. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Some Miami Vice. So yeah, no.
yeah,
That's cool though.
like you
That's
might
cool.
get like robbed by like a crackhead who's got like like neon glow face paint on. That could happen in Florida. Like
It's like the crackheads in Florida have neon glow face paint, and then the crackheads in Michigan don't have the face paint, but they're still crackheads.
yeah, they just have like blood or mud on their face. They're like, man.
They're just trying to use the bathroom, damn it.
Right. That's cool though. All those experiences just help build the inspiration and momentum.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. No, I love both places, and I took it upon myself because I'm in both some places that I go around and explore on foot and everything, and just try and like soak everything in. Like
Hmm.
like a big thing I think in this music game is like, well, first of all, just like forming actual relationships with people. Don't just do email back and forth and shit. You know what I mean? When you're creating stuff, actually form friendships. But the other thing is remember to stop every once in a while and just fucking take shit in. You know what I mean? Like we do a
Yeah.
lot of. We've been doing, especially all the goons. We've been doing a lot of fucking cool shit, and every once in a while, you just got to stop and be like, oh fuck, I did that. Like when I was in Florida, for example, not to get too kayfabe, but Dean just had this moment. He's like, "Man, I'm so far behind with this shit," and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You dropped 2 albums this year. You
Mhm.
reissued 2 albums this year. You have like merch coming out the wang. You know what I mean? You're doing good, motherfucker. You know,
Right.
but like." We're all crazy like that though. We're all just
Yeah.
constantly working, you know.
Well,
Mhm.
you're your own worst critic anyway, but you guys are all killing it in your own ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
actually, we're all very lucky in that Luke the Goon is all of our worst critics. He just gives it to us straight all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say something crazy, and everybody else will be like, "Yeah, what Noise said. Yeah, what Noise said." And Luke would be like, "What the fuck is that Canadian piece of shit talking about?" Always fighting with me. When I said to him we are gonna like try and record like a skit or whatever, and I was gonna
Mhm.
be like, oh, it's called a toque, not a beanie. And he's not. And what did he say to me? He's like, it's not even called a beanie. It's called a or scully or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he said, but just
A
always
skull
argues
cap.
to me. Yeah, yeah. Skull cap. It's a fucking toque. A toque is a toque is a toque. You know what I mean?
Well, while we're talking of Canadian things, I just wanted to show you I brought my special Moose Moose mug tonight to celebrate you being on the show.
Is that a
So not
moose?
only am I in the Christmas spirit, but I have the Moose Moose mugs from Christmas Vacation, and I thought it was like the best occasion to bust it out. So
Nice. I just
Which
saw
Moose
that
drink?
Moose.
they
Everclear?
fucking vodka, man.
It's White Claw.
I was like, that's just really clear liquid in there.
I
I
think
couldn't
it's
stomach any more red wine after last week, so it's White Claw.
I fucking love red wine. If
Mhm.
if anybody wants to seduce me ever, just buy me a bunch of red wine and we're good to go. People will
Yeah,
buy
I
me.
just bought the horror set of red wine, and it has like the Exorcist, Friday the 13th, Annabelle, and then there's an It one labels on the bottle. And I thought, not only is this great for alcohol consumption, but it's also like house decor afterwards, you know.
Right?
And
Yeah.
so I chilled a bottle of it, but last week I had a bad experience with red wine, and so yeah, it's White Claw tonight. But stay tuned for next week.
Yeah, last week our episode definitely went off the rails a little bit if anyone hasn't checked that out, but it's good times.
Good times, all good times.
I will never quit smoking marijuana ever, but in solidarity with Dean, I'm not gonna drink for most of November. But I mean, as Dean pointed out to me, I can just not drink for a month, no problem. Like it's not really a vice with me. So I'm
Yeah.
good going, Dean. You keep going, buddy. Woo!
Yep.
Cheering you on.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh,
have your drinks for you over here.
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
I'll just smoke my weed,
There
but
you
One
not
for me, one for you.
but not in the studio, Fritz. I'm not smoking in the studio.
Yeah.
You
That's
can't
a
draw
green
it.
screen behind you.
Yeah, yeah. This is. I took a photo of the studio beforehand. Um, yeah, we're good.
I'm leaving it this way. Well, you sent us a track that I don't believe it's out yet, right? Or is it?
No, it's out on YouTube. Just and if you search it up on YouTube, you can go download it right now. But it's not. It's just there for people to like download as a free. How it happened actually
Mhm.
is I showed up here, and it was like 3 days till Halloween, and Fritz was like, "Oh, you got a Halloween track?" And I was like, "I do not, sir." Or no, I do, but I'm featuring on it, and that's the one that we did at Fright Fest there, Red Halloween. The Horrors track actually,
Mhm.
uh, which they'll be releasing on one of their albums next year. Actually, I do believe is when it's coming out. So, but anyways, so Fritz says to me, "Do you got a Halloween track?" I'm like, "No, not really." He's like, "Oh, well, let's make one then." So literally, he makes a beat. and I make the song, and it was like a 24-hour fucking turnaround on it, and I'm having to learn the fucking Red Halloween song for St. Andrews Hall, plus I'm practicing my set too for that night at fucking Sam Hain's ceremony. So like, just juggle like 4 things, not a problem,
No pressure.
No pressure. Not a lot going on.
You're good.
So yeah, this song's available just for download right now. And what we're thinking is next year there will be like a physical and a digital presence, but there'll probably be another song with it too. But if you want to just get it for now, you can go there and download it. It's a little like Halloween treat, Maybe you're having Halloween PTSD or whatever, and you still need to celebrate a bit.
No, definitely. And they can go to noizetown.com, and that'll take you to your YouTube, Instagram, all of that good stuff on there. So let's check this out, folks. It's the Were Moose.
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, Steve.
How?
Is that a moose over there?
I don't know, Bob. It could be.
Wow, he looks kind of weird.
Does he ever? Like, he's got some different, like, amenities growing out of him.
Oh, my God!
Kill 'em all, fill 'em all with stakes. Vampires in the midst, that's the real snakes. Where moose first account as the mark he waits. I'm embarked on a mission to decide his fate. He can hide in the shade, but his bed has been made. A debt has been paid, so we robbing his grave. A blood amulet, conduit starts to crave. Holding his soul and take it away. Fucking rights a hunt, I just stabbed a cunt. Wait, I mean a count. Amulets drawn out, about to steal his power, an obscene amount. Eating his heart and he's feeding me now. Blood pouring out the flesh, turning brown. Antlers grow and you hear the sound. Brought from the beast that's been unleashed. Released from the power of the count deceased. Time for killing hour. Blood sacrifice and power. All will vow a coward. Trick or treat, it don't matter. Time for killing hour. Blood sacrifice and power. All will vow a coward. Trick or treat, it don't matter. Amulet got me feeling lit, got me feeding it on some evil shit, on some ego shit. I'll kill a vamp and dip, supposed to feed on me, but the vamp got bit. Tamperous with the vampirous. Heat the heart, then I'ma stamp the guts. Suck my blood, no you can suck my nuts. Worry about the moose when the coffin shuts. I'm an evil ego, but I lead my people. Blood rituals, cause we need a sequel. Blood gets spilled, cause we don't need you. If you undying in the dark, I'ma eat you. Have a taste for a fucking snack. Stole my fries and I learned to craft. Bit by a moose and that ain't no cap. Where a moose grab a vamp and I tear him in half. Time for killing hour. Blood sacrifice and power. All will vow a coward. Trick or treat, it don't matter. Time for killing hour. Blood sacrifice and power. All will vow a coward. Trick or treat, it don't matter. Where will you be when the were-moose hunting? Where will you be when the were-moose hunting? Where will you be when the were-moose hunting? Blood amulet and he's up to something. Where will you be when the were-moose hunting? Where will you be when the were-moose hunting? Where will you be when the were-moose hunting? Blood amulet and he's up to something. Time for killing hour. Blood sacrifice and power. All will vow a coward. Trick or treat, it don't matter. Time for killing hour. Blood sacrifice and power. All will vow a coward. Trick or treat, it don't matter. Time for killing hour. Blood sacrifice and power. All will vow a coward. Trick or treat, it don't matter. Time for killing hour. Blood sacrifice and power. All will vow a coward. Trick or treat, it don't matter.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Right? 24-hour turnaround.
I don't believe that was that quick.
I mean, honestly, if we were to think of the actual hours we worked on it, I would say probably 5 hours tops is what we worked on.
No shit.
Chris likes to send me like challenges like that though. He'll send me like a beat that I'm not supposed to like be able to like do something with, and then I'll come
Yeah.
out with something that's inherently noise. You know what I mean? But I
Fuck
think
yeah.
I think that's part of it, though. Is like you got to be able to like that's old saying, be like water. You know what I mean? So that
Mhm.
and me saying that I'm noise, kind of like noise could be anything. It's up for interpretation, but also I'm just me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
unapologetically me. You're gonna get me. I'm just true to who I am. I won't do certain things. I will do other things. You know what I mean? I do have my moral compass, but the thing at the end of the day is that change is always going to happen anyway. So why not embrace that shit all the time? So you'll never hear a bunch of songs that sound the same for me either. So, yeah.
No, definitely. You do have diversity on there. Gravity Bleeds wants to know if the rest of the work that you're doing with Fritz now is going to be wicked, like the song we just heard.
Oh, so there is wicked shit, but the stuff with Fritz is, I would say, it's underground and it's juggalo is what I would say. I would say that the fucking EP that I did with Bill is fucking wicked as all fuck. That's called the Gonzo Old Gods, and that'll be dropping sometimes after Gonzo. So we got a few projects coming. We have Gonzo dropping first, sometime around March, I do believe, right around Astronomicon, because Astronomicon's right around my birthday. So why not just release the album Astronomicon? Come party with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe throw a show. And then Gon's Old Gods will be dropping hopefully around camp is when I would like it to fucking drop. But still got to figure all that out with the fucking goon and all the people we're talking to and shit. Gon's Old Gods is fucking just wicked as all fuck. Obviously, it's got some of the noise flair to it. There's some wackiness, if I could. There's some people call me Johnny Cash of the rap shit. Some people call me the fucking Tommy Chong of the rap shit. You decide. Somewhere in the middle.
Oh yeah.
That resides with wicked shit on the Gonzo Old Gods. Gonzo's more of like kind of like Twisted, I guess, in that like nobody really knows what Twisted's actual what their gimmick is. You know what I mean? But they're just a plethora of like juggalo shit. That's kind of what Gonzo is too. But Gonzo's like almost like this self-telling story of my account, but I'm also fucked up the whole time I'm telling it as well. Both the albums have some insane fucking features too coming up. I think I can talk about that shit. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
I got.
We only have 9 watchers right now, so go ahead.
Luke's not watching yet. We're good.
No, I think I've talked about most of this publicly, but we got Gonzo coming out. That's got Dabs and Dad Bods is going to be one of the singles dropping off that, which features them super famous Fun Time motherfuckers.
Nice.
I fucking love that song. That is an amazing song. If you're fans of those guys, you're going to fucking love the song. If you're a fan of mine, then that makes sense that you're listening to it, but also you'll also like it because they're on it. What else we got? We got Fritz the Cat produced a weed beat for me. The story for this one is Luke the Goon, after a deparation, he was like, man, why do people associate you with weed? You don't even have a weed song on your fucking album. So I took that to heart, and I went back to Fritz's studio, and I was like, Fritz, you got to make me a weed beat because Luke the Goon's a fucking asshole. And then he was like, okay, well, I'll do that, especially because Luke the Goon's an asshole. No worries, I understand.
Love you, Luke.
Yeah. Goon Squad.
Goon Squad.
But so he made me this fucking killer beat. I laid down a verse for it, and then we got Blaze Your Dead Homie to fucking jump on it, and he fucking absolutely fucking murderlated his shit on that. And then I got this fucking ominous email one day, and then fucking there was a Mr. Madrox on there as well. So it's kind of fucking dope as fuck. Got the Fritz produced weed song with Blaze and Madrox, and let me tell you that it is probably like, I don't know, it's the best weed song I've ever made. But that's arguable though, because Dabs and Dad Bods is also like really good. Like both of those singles, they're vying for my heart right now. But also, Dabs and Dad Bods is also about like cocaine and alcohol as well. So maybe that's not in the same realm. You know what I mean?
You're covering all the bases. Let's just say
Right.
that.
We're not excluding any substances here, okay?
Yeah. I,
Equal
for one, am
opportunity.
excited to hear all that.
Yeah, and I mean, stuff should start coming out relatively soon in the new year because we're gonna have like at least 3 or 4 singles from Gonzo dropping before the actual album drops. So you guys will start getting tastes of shit.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And besides that too, all of us goons are working together right now too to make some just some singles and stuff like that. That's Goon Squad like associated and shit like that. None of us. It's not a label. It's
Mhm.
just like we're all run by the same manager, but we are like a fucking like a brotherhood or whatever the hell you want to call it. You know, you
Mhm.
will see us like all at the same events and stuff like that. You know, holding people upside down and sweating them for money when they don't pay us and shit like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had a question for you that I actually wrote down earlier when I was thinking of things. I wanted to know your like what was your like biggest inspiration for like wanting to get into rap?
So I've always done music. Like growing up, I always did music. I was always like doing punk band shit and stuff like that. I was always fucking with rap. I started fucking with this underground scene when I was like 10 or whatever. But like probably about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago now, actually, my mom was like really hardcore into the partying scene, and she ended up having this accident one night when she was using, and she ended up having this accident, and she fell directly onto her fucking neck and had a disc come millimeters from severing her like a major artery from her. And she almost died. Luckily, you know, she's really stubborn, and at the time when I went out to the hospital right away, and she got told that she was never going to walk again, and I got told that she was only going to have like 20% mobility or something like that. Luckily, she's got 90% mobility right now, but at the time, it like just seemed like really fucking like really bad, you know. And
Yeah.
but basically, after she had this bad accident, I kind of took it as me almost dying at the same time, and at the time when the accident happened, I was working out, doing like serious work and all this shit. And after the accident, I was like, "Fuck, this might be it." And like, why would I just want to be miserable and live somebody else's fucking nightmare, live somebody else's dream, be a cog in somebody else's machine? And after that, I when she almost died, I took it as myself like almost dying, and I wanted to live for something more. And it just got to the point where she got onto her feet after that, and she was okay. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But when that happened, I was finally able that I didn't have all this chaos that everybody else's shit going on. That I was actually able to concentrate and start doing this shit. And I became very meticulous with it, and I mean I'm handling it like an actual like a job, like an actual business. And so about when she had that accident, that's when I started taking it serious. Before that, I was doing the music, I was always singing, I was always rapping and shit. But when it became serious for me was when I had my daughter, and when that accident happened. It's like, let's go fucking get this shit, you know.
Hell yeah. A
And I'm
silver
very,
lining on a dark cloud.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But
And
also just the wake up and the realization that this is all like a fucking gift too, and you got to make the best out of your situation. Like everybody wants to talk manifestation till they're blue in the face, but part of manifestation is go out and do the fucking work, you
yeah.
know. So
Not to sound like even more of a basic bitch than I already am, but YOLO.
but
Wow.
but I was talking to like Dean about this too before, and it's like you keep popping up in the places where they don't expect you to pop up, and you keep doing the things that they expect you not to do, and you just fucking do the work and do it and
Yeah.
do it. And it's undeniable if you just fucking do it. If you do it, it's undeniable. You know what I mean? People always come up to us and they ask us, How do you do that? How'd you get that show in Florida? How'd you get that show in Toronto? How'd you get that show out in Illinois? How'd you get on the Fright Fest? What? You just fucking do it. I mean, honestly, people, the hardest part of all this shit is just starting, but just fucking do it and just keep going. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know how many times like you get told you're not going to make it in this business and how many times you're told that you can't do something. Just fucking go through people or go around them. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Why it's the year of the goon in 2023 is because it's undeniable for us. We're coming to get what's ours and more. We're coming to fucking build. We're not coming to fucking be a detriment to this fucking shit. We're coming to build, get what's ours and more. And I mean, what's the fucking worst thing if we reach a wider audience? We help more of these fucking black sheep kids. We reach more people that are fucked up like us, that we can at least show you can do this. If our fucked up personality asses can fucking get out here and achieve the things we're getting, motherfuckers, go out and get it. You can fucking do it. You can do it. Fucking
yeah.
Army of the Heartless, Noise Town, fucking Legion, Goon Squad, motherfuckers, come see us, come talk to us too. You see us outside the events and stuff like that, come smoke with us. We're very approachable. Like, yeah. Sorry, I'm going off a bit, but it's just like
No, here I was thinking that it was going to be like a vague response like Wu-Tang or something, and it's something so much more deep and inspirational, and that's fucking real shit. And like, I'm a firm believer in things happen for a reason. So for something like that, like a tragic event to happen in your life to inspire you to do greater things for yourself, and even like your mom and everything, like, oh, making her proud by doing what you're doing and fulfilling your dreams, I just think that's awesome.
yeah, and all the other rappers who've met my mom, they love my fucking mom. Let me tell you, I'm not gonna name no names, but there's some fucking rappers who've both smoked blunts and talked wrestling with my mom. My mom's cool. My mom's cool as shit nowadays. She like before she was on like 20 drugs, and she could probably like snatch your watch out of your fucking off your wrist and fucking also like cut you, and you wouldn't even know you're cut till you're down on the floor. But nowadays she's just like unsuspecting grandma with the grandkids, She's like, oh yeah, smoke this blunt with me. And you're like, yeah, sure, yeah, okay.
Hell yeah.
No, hell, I mean, 100%. I mean, I'm a big believer that we hold the power to decide what's going to make us and what's going to break us.
I think, I think a big part of a similar message of all three of us artists is that all of us are fucking really broken people, but we are making the best out of the situation, and so can everybody else. And there's this power out there, this fucking untalked about power, and you can get it through whatever way you want to get it, cast and whatever the fuck, but everybody can just tap into it at any point, and you can manipulate your universe and you can manifest, but there's this group of people that want to fucking like mute that message, you know what I mean? And I think everybody in our camp wants everybody to realize that they can do this shit too, you know what I mean? That's a big part of our message, is you can manifest, you can fucking do this shit just like we do,
No, 100%. You can be the change you want to see. You can make things happen. You can be an independent artist. I mean, you have to put in the work. It's work, but you can make it happen. I mean, hell, Dead Bitches Brunch isn't even a year old, and we were just like, let's just start a show about bitches that like all this fucking underground shit, and then like, oh, here we are, people are taking it seriously. Like,
well, it's sick. I like to say that as an artist, it's my job to get people to believe in me as much as I believe in myself. And seeing that fucking happen in front of my eyes and having like grown men come up to me with like fucking tears in their eyes, being like, that fucking meant something to me. That was fucking amazing. You touched my soul. And like motherfuckers, like, just like randomly fucking hitting the inbox and saying how much shit, like, especially when I'm down and out and I get depression days, I get fucking those bad days where I don't want to fucking get out of bed, and then I get a message from somebody and it's like, your fucking music fucking saved my life, and I'm like, all right, well, you're saving my fucking life, let me get out of this bed and go make another fucking track,
right?
I mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No.
It's so cool, and especially growing up in this scene since like I was like 10, 11 years old, and then going to Fright Fest there and watching like all that shit, like HOK all the way to fucking Lotus at the end there. and being side stage with my goons, side stage, like protected by like security, feeling all fucking super pimp and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was really dope. Like I was just like, I kept looking at the crowd and then like trying just to take in. I'm like, holy fuck, I'm at the fucking Fright Fest at St. Andrews Hall. Just fucking, this is just amazing. Let me slow down for a second. There might be a song written about this later, but just let me slow down for a second, take it in. It's fucking dope. And that was like too when me and Dean came off stage after the song too, and like everybody's fucking dapping us up and shaking our
hell yeah.
hands and
I know.
fuck.
We were right there too. We were like right by the exit when you guys walked out, and we were all like,
Yeah, no, that was appreciated.
hell yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I'll break a little bit of kayfabe when there's that little hallway, and then there's like then you get out to the main people right after the fucking hallway. So
Yeah.
I stopped Dean in the fucking hallway, and I just looked at him, I fixed his collar for a second. I was like, all right, let's go see what the fuck these people say. And then we walked out there and everybody
No shit. That was
we
cool
made
as
the paper
fuck.
too. We made the fucking that news article there on that magazine too. I'm just
I
like,
saw that. Yeah.
oh, I'm feeling like Scott Hall, man. And he's fucking Kevin Nash, man. We just walked in that bitch and like you guys should definitely get Dean on here and Logan on here. They're both fucking horror buffs and all that shit too. So those guys could talk about that shit for days. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, we talked. I talked to both of them a little bit at Sam Haines, so we definitely have some stuff in the works and everything too. And I mean, anytime for you, and it's an open invitation. It's an open door for anybody in Goon Squad. Anytime you guys want to kick it with the Dead Bitches.
All right, we'll be on here every week, folks. So we'll
It's gonna be the whole little horde on here now.
Pretty soon, me and Lindsay B are gonna be part of the Goon Squad. Oh, so I have another obligatory question now that you brought this up. What's your favorite horror movie?
I don't know what the hell my favorite horror movie was. Ernest Halloween one. That's probably the best one ever.
Ernest Halloween.
Yeah. I love them fucking little trolls in that movie. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of shit lately. What the hell were me and Luke watching the other night there? The whatever the cabinet is there with the
Cabinet
of Curiosities.
Yeah. I think my favorite episode was the rats fucking episode there.
Oh.
That one.
Okay.
That one, maybe because I was tripping pretty hard off the edibles at that point, but like it reminded me of like actually going into a scene, and I don't want to like ruin the episode for anybody, but just like the transitions with the camera and everything, I was like, oh, this reminds me of being in like a fucking dream. Like I've felt this way before,
Yeah.
I've only watched like partially one episode of that, and that's just because I have like a crazy like fucking watch list right now, so I'm trying to catch up on everything. But I have high hopes for that series since it's Guillermo del Toro. But from what I saw from the first episode, I was like, okay, it kind of reminds me of Creepshow, which is like so.
Little short stories on there.
We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, it was dope. I only got as far as the rat episode. I got stuck on the Terrifier 2 on Halloween.
Oh, I still haven't seen that yet. See, I've been traveling around a lot too.
Yeah.
So now that I'm stuck in one place, I'm doing a little bit of catch up right now, right? But also when you got to be writing every single day too, because we're trying to get as much in as possible right now.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Like wrestling too. I don't know what's going on in the wrestling world. I'm probably gonna have to watch wrestling for like 3 days when I get back to Canada just to get like caught up.
You're like, I'm just trying to get the Star Spangled Banner out of my fucking head right now.
Fuck you, Luke. Fuck you.
We might have to book him for an encore performance at Camp Zool 3, the commencement song.
You know what? I think next time we have Luke on here, we should make Luke sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, make him do. Yeah, please do. Be like, NOIZE said that you're his manager and you have to do this.
Right? See if it's track worthy.
Yeah, fucking guy. He got on his first feature the other day in the studio here.
Oh yeah.
He said, "Yeah, fuck you." That was his big cameo. So.
Strong words right there.
Well, we got this fucking song called "Season of the Bitch" too, and that's got Jonathan Hellhouse from Oh the Horror
Yeah.
and Stray from Sky Swamp Orange there, and it is a fucking banger. We got a lot of
Nice.
singles that are like I can't. It's hard for me to pick even, and that's all from the same album too, Gonzo. Then we got the Gonzo old album, and then we got an EP with Grady. Then we got a secret like group project thing that I'm doing that I'm not supposed to be talking about. That I should stop talking about. And then I was talking to Sea Lance about doing another EP. So we got a lot of stuff we're working on right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't wait
Keep
till it
building
comes
it
out.
up. Keep doing it.
You're the goon. You
You're
guys will see. Oh, and then we got a bunch of merch drops starting too. And I think a lot of them are going to be like pre-order ones too. It just makes it cheaper for everybody if you do it that way, I think. But we have a bunch, like 5 different t-shirt designs coming over the next month. We have 2 different types of hot sauce coming out at the end of the month that you'll be able to pre-order. The Moose Moose Maple Hot Sauce. There'll be a regular like strength, and then there'll be the extra hot strength as well. And then we also have what the hell was it? Oh, hockey jerseys. We have hockey jerseys coming as well because
no.
on brand Canada, right?
Yeah.
Moose Moose.
Fucking hockey and maple syrup. Jeez.
NoizeTown.com for all that. There's a simple store frontier up there right now if you want to go grab a cheap shirt off there, and we'll be keeping that up just as a cheap shirt option, but everything that's coming soon will be, we're doing the big cartel, and that'll be launching like any week now. So that it'll just be a better quality than the store frontier is why we're doing that, and yeah, I'm excited. Oh, and physical copies of my releases that I've already done. Old Noise, which is just like a comp album of everything I did before I was NoiZe13, kind of. And then Deparation too. Both physical copies are coming this month as well. So,
That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I was listening to that today and prepping for the show. So fucking good. So, to tie you over, folks, if you haven't, check that out on Spotify and then get a hold of those physical copies. But yeah, even on the drive up to Sam Hain, we were listening to your stuff most of the way. And then I was like, who is this again? He's like, oh, that's Noise. And I'm like, oh shit, this is really good. So no, check it out, folks.
Yeah, we are like a total fan of like everything, but the Survive the Night track with Oh the Horror and Lee Carver and Billy Obey is a super fucking dope track too.
Hell yeah. If you guys like that one, then definitely gonna like that Billy Obey produced Gon's Old Gods then, because that shit's wicked as all hell, and it's gonna have a lot of those fucking characters on it as well. So that'll be dope. But yeah, the one song I really enjoyed doing at the Sam Hain ceremony was the Suicide song. I just looked out on the crowd and everybody was fucking into that one so hardcore. I was getting into it too. By the way, Heather, who fucking bought me that beer and saved my entire set. Thank you. If I didn't have that beer, I probably would have fucking died trying to do it's like 3 minutes of fucking rapping straight. You know what I mean? The Suicide song, but goddamn, and everybody just like throwing the ones up in the crowd and shit on that stuff. You guys made me feel so good about like everything. Like I'm gonna carry that fucking energy with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gravity
Bleeds. Gravity Bleeds says, dude, long lost soul is heavy as fuck.
Thank you, man. Yeah. That's that's a good one too. I got a lot of tracks like that, like soulful shit, and I a lot of times people hear me start like doing inspirational speeches and shit like that, just like to the fucking crowd when I'm fucked up and shit like that. One of those might be coming in album form now, instead of me just wasting it as like a drunken fucking like ramble to a group of like people smoking weed, but I mean, like that whole inspiration thing I think Dean did it for me right before we got on stage for Fright Fest. Actually, we were standing there and we only had a week to learn these lyrics or whatever. And I'm just like, I think he could tell I was having a bit of a freak out moment. And he's just like, Noize, you're a fucking rock star, and gave me the double pat. And I was like, yeah, I am a fucking rock star.
You got this. And you
Encourage-
did.
Encourage your friends, folks. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
That support.
Yeah.
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 Shout out to the pig god, he
Shout out to the
killed
pig
it
god.
too. Yeah, and yeah. Oh my god, what a fucking time. Sorry, I just ramble, guys. My bad.
No.
Well, that's what you're here for.
Yeah. Everyone's here to hear you talk. They've had enough of us. They're like,
they're tired of me and Lindsay B's drunk talk. They want to hear NoiZe13 tonight.
yeah.
All right, in that case, let's continue. All right.
No, folks, but we are coming up on our hour here. So check it out, noizetown.com. Check out what's out there already. It's fucking dope. Follow the socials on there. I love when you fucking go live randomly. It's funny as fuck. It's the best shit ever. And yeah, I can't fucking wait for everything that you've announced that's coming out. And yeah, looking forward to hopefully seeing you at the next Extranomicon and Campsoul 3 as well.
Yeah.
Can we expect you at Xmas?
I don't know. So Bill did this whole thing that he was like, put up a bunch of names and then I'll invite whoever I invite. So if I hear from Bill, yes, I will try and make it out there. But if I don't hear from Bill, I also have to go back and like rebase and regroup and get my money going and all that shit, right? So
yeah,
look, I haven't heard anything from Bill yet, so I'm gonna think most likely not. But who knows? I would never say never. Like if I will jump the border in a fucking canoe. I'll sleep on.
We're gonna see a Noize there. He's gonna have frozen feet from running through the snow to get to Axel.
He's riding in on a fucking moose. This is the way he makes it. It's a Christmas special.
He's got a fucking bobsled and his face is just burnt from the wind.
Like wicked evil Santa coming down.
It's like
that. Fargo too.
I might have to get that commissioned by Legs or some shit like that. That's not a bad idea. But I mean, that's the life for sure though. Like I used the Toronto show to pay to get to the fucking Tampa Bay show. You just sleep on couches, do whatever the fuck you got to do. Like anybody who thinks this life is luxurious, it's not. Is it fun as fuck? Is it the best life I've ever had? Yes. Is it a lot of work? Fucking A, it is. Am I fucking staying at a 5-star hotel? No, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But I mean, you have good times and you have bad times. You have friends that like help you out and take care of you some nights. And like, I wouldn't trade this shit for the world. Like, I'm having my best life ever, and we're making the best music I've ever made in my life, and I get to deliver it to these fans that actually like give a fuck and appreciate me, and they reciprocate the energy that I'm putting out. So it's fucking amazing. So anybody who's for the faint of heart trying to do this rap shit, don't. But yeah, noizetown.com, armyoftheheartless.com, legionrealm.net. If you need anything right side of the brainish, hit up my manager, Luke the Goon. We'll do features. We will make a fucking song for you. If you're not a rapper and you just want a song made for you, I can do that for some money. You just want me to get on your fucking answering machine and be like, at the beep, this is whatever the fuck, hit us up. Luke the Goon.
So everyone bombard Luke's DMs right now.
Yeah, just bombard his DMs right now and be like, sing us the Star Spangled Banner. Just hit him with that.
Request this endlessly until it happens, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, though, if you'd like to see my crazy lives, that's usually on Instagram. So you can follow me on Instagram if you'd like to come smoke some weed with me. Come check it out. I'm always on there talking mad shit and doing crazy stuff. There was a cat squirrel fight on there the other day. I kid you not. Also, if you're somebody who has TikTok, go. It's underscore NoiZe13. Go check me out on there if you want to see some behind the shit stuff in this studio right here. That's usually where I post a lot of that stuff. Sometimes I'll cross it over to Instagram, but I like to keep it on TikTok just so people can get some extra flavor if they do that deep dive. So
Yeah. And you can get to all of that from noizetown.com. It has the links to take you to everything. It has the links to take you to YouTube as well, for that single that we checked out earlier tonight. So yeah, folks, fucking support the underground, support independent artists and creators, and say fucking nice things to people when you have the opportunity. Stop being dipshits. So fuck yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Noise, for kicking it with us tonight. Our first musical artist that we've had on Dead Bitches Brunch. So
Moose, hell yeah.
Moose, motherfuckers.
Luke the Goon is in the chat. He says, "I see you're in the studio, Noise. Time to get to work."
Yeah.
Okay, can you see?
No!
Oh, folks. Well, thanks again, Noise. Folks, check us out next Sunday. We'll be back with another killer episode of Dead Bitches Brunch. And as always, stay dead.
Stay dead. Thank you, Noise.
Thank you.
Moose, love you.